Hey everybody. Welcome to the Infinite Regression. Wow, that was perhaps too mellow of an opening. I was like, "Hello. Welcome to the fucking Infinite Regression. It's a good place to be and shit." Oh my god, like, pep it up, Le Pew. Come on, here we go. I had done dipped into that sleepy time weed, and that is half the problem. Anyway. Oh, if that's not a strain, come on, sleepy time weed. It's got to be an indica strain. Just like, oh, this is sleepy time weed. This puts you right the fuck out. Except for like, hold up. Let me show you the thing, and then we'll start. So this is what it is. It's Highcraft. You knew this probably, as evidenced by the like. Hey, I words and talking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, this is Highcraft. Will it funny? Mayhap. Will it high? Oh, it already done did. It's already fucking there. Hello. It's already there. It did already. Okay. Um, any hoozleberry, any hoozleberry lemonade. So we getting after it. This is Minecraft. It's a game about mining and crafting and shit. So yeah, like also I have possibly partaken of marijuana this evening, which may be affecting my abilities currently, and maybe making me just speak silly, use funny voices. Yeah. Anyway, regardless. But very normal over here. Hello, this is Normal Time with Keith Normalton, and we're just normaling it over here in our fucking normal ass sweater vests and shit. Just a normal ass time with some normal ass people. Just normaling it the fuck out. We just get that norm on and we don't fucking stop until it's fucking beige o'clock. You know what I'm saying? Normal as fuck. Anyway, so, yeah, I am playing the the mag. I'm sorry. Let me apologize up frontally for all of the fucking coffees and chokies and gaspitoodles and fucking all of the various fucking abrasive sounding lung things that are going to be happening because like here's the thing is that like I have a pretty damn good how you say whatchamacallums, the opposite of Magic Johnson. Fucking yeah, just kidding. Magic Johnson has an insane immune system because he has an immunodeficiency, and he's been kicking it hard for fucking ever. He's got the HIV, and he's like, I'm fucking 70 years old now, or however old he is. It doesn't even matter. He's older than 40, and that's fucking amazing because, like, for the longest time, like, y'all don't even know. People these days, is funny how, like, quickly tragedy, how little time tragedy needs to become comedy to the next generation because I kid you not, kids these days, and this is not like a kids these days, like, no, kids these days, they don't do it like I want them to. Like, nah, I'm not griping on kids these days for their, the fact that they are kids and that they exist in these of all days. No, that's not my fucking gripe with the kids these days. My gripe with the kids these days, I'm forgetting what it is. Because I so very much like wanted to pay attention to what the fuck I was talking about, but then I had a hard time because I may have partaken of the marijuana, as I may have said earlier, and shit. Pay attention. I can't do it. You fucking do it, okay? Like, I have intentionally impaired my ability to pay the fuck attention, so one of us needs to pay the fucking attention up so that we can fucking get through this. Think I'm gonna pull my weight? Like, have you seen my weight? It's considerable. It's girthy and thick and chunk and whatnot. So don't fucking come up in here and be like, pull your weight. I can't. If I could, then I wouldn't weigh this much. Anyway, I'm like snapping fat jokes on myself. What the fuck, man? This is supposed to be a positive space. Hey, bro, this is supposed to be a positive space. Don't forget that I'm also talking about my favorite book. That will... What is my favorite book? Oh, just you wait, because my favorite book is the greatest fucking book ever written. There is no book greater than the book that I like. That is the greatest of all possible fucking books. Which me saying that is hilarious in the context of what my fucking favorite book is. Hint, hint. Some people are like, oh, I know what it is. Fucking English nerds. I'm looking at you. You're like judging my grammar right now. And you know what? You're right. You are correct. It is fucking all over the map right now. I don't... I do not have it firmly by the reins. Well, high. Do you? Do you get high and you're like, no. While I'm talking, I'm also imagining where all the commas go. Because I do that sober. Like, of course I do. How you think I got to be an English major? Like, fuck. That's what you do. Like, I'm going to be very good at English, and I'm going to know where commas go. After demarcations of time, setting out fucking parentheticals. Sorry, coughing into microphones. I was about to start seriously listing off actual usages of commas, like all of the ones that I could think of in the moment, as a joke. But then I realized it's less of a joke when you are actually seriously doing it. Like, no, these are comma usages that I can think of. Separating lists. Like, when going into a quote or coming out of a quote. Like, yes, these are all correct usages of commas, you idiot. Anyway, so hey, yeah. Look at where you are and what you're doing with your life. Are you good with that? Because, like, I am good with what I am doing right now because I think this is an excellent use of my time. I spent so much fucking time today writing a play. And why am I writing a play? So that I don't have to whip and nay people. I mean, obviously, duh. Why do you write plays? All those plays you write. Oh, God, you know. If I had a nickel for every time anybody was like, hey, do one of those dances that everybody does at the same time, and if you don't want to do that, then, you know, you're going to have to engage in some light to moderate dramaturgical fucking acts and and me just be like, bring on the dramaturgy. Like, let's get this shit started. Because I will not whip, and I will not nay nay. I say nay nay to the nay nay. Um, and I only just found out today that it's NAE and not NAY. I thought it was like you're saying no. Nay. Will you whip? Nay, not I. I shall neither whip nor nay. Nay. But I'm not even joking. Like, those are the stakes. Those are the actual stakes. And people don't understand. Like, that is the thing that people don't understand is that I would rather be dead than whip a nay. Because, like, I am 40 something years old. And I have figured out a thing or two about myself, but only a thing or two. Like, let's not fucking give ourselves too much credit. I have only figured out one, maybe two things about myself. Lo, these 40 some odd years. But anyway, here's the thing is that, like, I have a very strong nonconformist streak. Like, I just do. And I'm sorry that that's what it is. But, like, I'm always terrified of losing myself in crowds. You know what I'm saying? Like, once upon a time, let's get way too personal for no reason. Once upon a time, I was a young Mormon missionary. Yeah, religion. Let's talk about it. I'm not one of them's anymore. I mean, not only am I not a missionary anymore, you only do that when you're, young and easily tricked. Like, not when you're old and easily tricked, which is also true. Anyway, but yeah, like, so I was a young missionary heading into the MTC, the Missionary Training Center in Provo, Utah, which is like this horrifying thing. Like, it really is. You think about it, like, they just send thousands of dudes and like handfuls of ladies to this place where everybody has to like what you say, everybody in the place, kacha, there we go, did it, yay, hooray for me, is like they have the same haircut and they have name tags that all have the same designation at the front, elder, and everybody wears dark suits and everybody, like, and I was so fucking like, oh my god, I'm gonna get lost in a sea of like sameness, and so like I found ways of like being the like of doing things that I could do. You know what I'm saying? Like, of keeping my identity alive and intact as a unique individual rather than being subsumed in the fucking torrent of the fucking torrential fucking uh like storm of fucking sameness, a hurricane of sameness that just pounded all around me, so what did I do? Well, first of all, I wore ugly ass neckties, like ugly ass neckties. Like, you have not seen neckties this fucking ugly. And I know what you're saying. You're saying like, oh yeah, well, I've seen Mormons wear ugly ass neckties. And it's like, yeah, it's one of the few forms of expression that we have. And like behind every ugly necktie is somebody just screaming to be set free. Like, just please let me be myself. Please stop making me conform to all this shit. Like, please, for the love of all things holy. Um, yeah, and I just remember like because twice a week you'd go to these meetings that were like everybody in the place, and so it's like 10,000. No, I think it was only like ever a couple thousand at a time, but like still that's a lot of fucking people in one place to have the same haircut and the same like Mr. Mac suit with the same fucking Mr. Mac carrying bag to hold all your shit in, and like everybody like just looks too fucking similar, all white. You know, like at that moment I was like, ugh, what I wouldn't give to be fucking anything but white right now, because these are the most white bread fucking people I've ever seen, you know. And these are the things that I'm thinking while I'm on the inside in the belly of the beast, as it were. I'm like, man, I gotta find ways. And I did find little ways of just being an eccentric, because I've always been a bit of an eccentric, and that's a thing. And it's not so much that I aspired to be an eccentric, is that I am an eccentric. And I've grown more eccentric in like nothing but terrible and stupid ways since I have gotten older. And so now I'm this middle-aged man who's like full of quirks and idiosyncrasies and shit. And just a total chore to be married to, by the way. Pity my poor wife. I swear to God. Like, pity her and understand her plight. But yeah, so I just have things where it's like I need to not do the same as everybody else for my sanity, so that I feel okay, you know, because I need it, you know, I just need it. Don't ask too many questions. I just need to feel like I am me, and that hold up. Okay, first of all, you're welcome, because I just sneezed some loud ass dad sneeze shit right then, and I just saved your eardrums. I would have popped them right out your fucking head with my dad sneeze that I just sneezed. And second of all, yes, apparently pop filters, which like this one is getting poor at protecting my microphone from the P's, the percussive P's. Like your head is probably bleeding right now. You're like, stop saying P words, you penis. I was going to say dick, but you know, penis. Anyway, regardless, moving on. So, there I was, belly of the beast, terrified of losing my identity. They already take your first name, by the way, which like that is one, like you never think about it at the time, but that is some culty ass shit. Like taking your first name, you know, but they do, like everybody has to be a brother or a sister now, and like, and you get to be an elder, but it's a special thing, and you only get to be an elder for 2 years, you know. And the stupid thing about it is that like you're an elder and you are barely old enough to know shit about dick, and you go out into the world to tell people that they are wrong about the most foundational beliefs that they have. And you're like 19 and they're like 47, and you're like, I'm an elder. And they just feel like they should be like, no, fuck you. I am an elder. Respect your elders. Let me tell you a thing or two about the world and how it works. Like, I would have benefited so greatly from somebody doing that, but unfortunately, I was serving in a foreign land where they were like, Elder, I don't know what this word means. It's weird that you all have the same first name, but let's fucking find out what you're doing here. Because not many white people come this way speaking my language, so I'm already a little put off by the whole thing. Yeah, this is true. All of this is true. Um, Anyhoozle, so yeah, um, I was always terrified of like losing my identity and having it, you know, subsumed in something else, and obviously I've changed drastically over the years. Like I really have. I'm a very different person than I was 20 years ago. Like vastly different. You would be shocked at some of the changes that have been wrought. I mean, obviously, some things are the same. Like, I remain doggedly just fucking like, please, I don't want to be like everybody else. Everybody else is fucking boring. I want to be my own thing. And like, you know what? Maybe I'm not a nonconformist. Maybe I'm just a lame ass who thinks nonconformists are interesting, and I'm just a fucking, follower who just fucking thinks he's cool at shit, but isn't. Like, I think about that shit all the time. Imposter syndrome. Who's got it, huh? Who's got imposter syndrome? You have it? Yeah, well, you look like you're a piece of shit, so you probably don't have it. Like, I'm kidding. Oh, God, I shouldn't insult my audience like that. You look lovely, by the way, audience. You all look lovely on your whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not going to guess what my audience is wearing. Hey, audience, what are you wearing? Are y'all dressed up all dapper like? Are y'all fucking dressed to the nines? Got coat and tails? You got a fucking cocktail dress on, huh? You put on them high heels? Is there rouge involved? Have you applied rouge? Uh, for God's sake, audience, don't get gussied up on my account. People have paused it. They're like, oh shit, I didn't realize there was a dress code. Oh fuck. Anyway, so, oh god damn it, get back here. There you go. Some of the things about inventory management in this older version of Minecraft really bothers me, and perhaps I should go back to playing my newer version of it. I sometimes think that, and I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. Anyway, I feel like the old versions of Minecraft are too far dead and gone, and the new ones are too fucking changed to enjoy. Like I'm stuck in no man's land in my enjoyment of Minecraft. Anyway, so I just enjoy mining out big ass fucking mines. I don't know if like people are probably watching this like, why does he mine it like that? Why doesn't he just mine one long straight one and then move over a couple and then mine another long straight one so you can see the face of every block? Look, I know the strip mining exists. It's how my lovely wife does it. I do not do it that way. I get into a mine and I go fucking zen on just clearing out large, blocky, boxy sections of goodness. Anyway, so just trust the process, ladies and gentlemen. Trust that the process will be followed and will be what it needs to be. Anyway, oh God. That was right into the microphone. I apologize. I am very sorry for all of my sicknesses that you are having to endure right into your ear. Like, you probably get tested for the Rona. Like, come on. I haven't tested for the Rona. I'm just realizing that. Shit. I've got tests here at home. Should probably take one. I mean, not now. Like, take it now, I'll forget what it was, and then I'll stumble across it later and be like, "What? I'm pregnant," is not a good thing. And so, cough. um, has a step back from the microphone. Hopefully, I saved your ears on that a little bit. Hey, water, help me not cough. Okay. Thanks, water. Anyway, so here's some shit to know is that I am writing a play and I will finish it tomorrow because I am in a good place. I'm eminently able to do that because I have done all of the proper legwork and everything's all laid out. And I just need to hammer out a few details tomorrow and then print the fucker up. So, no whip, no nay nay. That's right. There shall be no whipping and no neighing of nays. When I'm around, you shall not hit the whip. You shall not neigh the neigh. So, yeah, part of my identity, I turned away for the burp too. Sorry. I apologize for everything my body is doing right now. Anyway, I wish it weren't. All of the things. Sincerely, yours truly, guy whose like body is betraying him all at the same time right now. Anyway, so yeah, the shits and whatnot. Holy fucking rollies. Let's get after it. Squidward, come on. Here we go. Boop. Badoop. Okay, gotta get these started. Ha. Anyway, so yeah, that's a thing. So I'm not kidding when I say that I would rather die than do the whip and nay nay. And I know that that sounds absurd. And you're like, who would rather die? Like, actually rather die? Like, who? But who, though? Like, that should be no one. Like, we should have no one on the face of our earth who would rather be actually factually dead than do the whip and the nay nay, because it's just a dance, you motherfucker. Get over yourself and hit the whip and then wave your little hand and be like, I did dance from 2009 or whatever the shit. Hold up. Come on. Let's find out. You fucking students have got me. Like, I thought it was like 2009 or some shit. 2015. 2015 is like yesterday and a half. Like, you understand how not very long ago 2015 is? And yet, like, I'm dealing with people for whom 2015 was like, that's 5 minutes after I was born, Where it's like, what? How are you allowed to exist if that's how old you are? Anyway, it should be illegal. I'm sorry. Like, guess again what time it is. I'm sorry. You're fucking the whole thing up. Anyway. So, yeah. Here's the thing. Is that I have never done dances that everybody does the dance at the same time. I don't do them as a matter of principle because of who I am as a human being and how I see myself in this world. I have never done the Macarena. I have never done the little bird dance, the little chicken dance. I have never done the electric slide. I've never done the cha cha slide. I've never fucking like I didn't even know what the Harlem Shake is, but I'm also a firm no on that. Like it seemed like the Harlem Shake was just people going fucking nuts and not holding the camera steady for like a few seconds. Oh shit, diamonds. Anyway, I feel like maybe this world is too resource rich. I might have to look at some settings because back then you could actually adjust your worldly levels of whatnots and be like, hey, let me dial in the amount of diamond. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe when I set this up, I fucking was like, give me a little more diamond and a little more iron. Because if I did, that would actually make a lot of sense for how this world is rolling out. And that feels like cheating. And I might have to fucking scrap this whole fucking thing. Anyway, but like, okay, I'm going to stand still for a minute. This is just listen. I don't do those dances because they actually and literally scare me that if I did them that I would lose a portion of myself that I will never get back. You know what I'm saying? Like you can only be a Macarena virgin for so long. Like I mean, I plan on taking that shit to the grave. You know what I'm saying? Like I will not do that shit. I'm not about it. I don't like it. I don't want it. And if I do it, if I were to do it, I would feel like the part of me that makes stupid choices and then sticks to them like harshly, fucking firmly for no fucking reason when nobody else cares. You know, I will hold to a decision that I made of an like nonconformist bent and I will ride that shit out even when it's pissing people off and everybody's like, "Oh my god, we don't care anymore." I will be like, "I will see this through to the fucking end." Because that's how I'm wired, people. I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry. So I'm writing a play and I have to finish so that I don't whip a nene. And I'm not gonna fucking whip a nene. Other things I've been working on. My book of poetry is basically ready to publish, and I'm gonna do that, and then like not tell you where to find it because I'm publishing it under a pseudonym, and right now I'm operating under a pseudonym. Like, haven't you figured it out by now that I don't fucking self promote well? And it's not that I don't know how to do it, it's that I choose not to. Except for like, okay, here's the shitty thing about not self promoting. Here's the downside. Here's the fucking where the rubber meets the road of where this all falls apart. Is that like if you make something creative and it's like maybe it's not the best thing that's ever been made in the history of the entire world, but let's say it's fucking passable, right? So I think I make a few things that are fucking passable. Like that's it. Like that's how I view my creative endeavors is that like it'll do. Uh we could have gone for something better, but meh, we didn't have the time. This'll work. Like that's how I feel about my own shit. And anyway, but like uh I feel like if I throw it into the void and there's never any response to it, that's a bit of a waste, because it's not like the thing that I'm making is, complete fucking shit. Like, it's definitely has a certain merit. And so, like, I feel as the creator of the thing which all creators of things feel, which is like, I need someone to love my baby, like, and that is a feeling that we feel. We all feel that. Like, we just kind of want people to get our shit and understand our vibe and know where we're coming from, and like generally be down with it. Like, it's just basic acceptance and approval that we all seek all the time, even if we fucking identify as nonconformist assholes who will fucking like wreck a dinner party just to prove a point about, like, I don't do shit like this, and people are like, we don't fucking care, just shut up so the rest of us can enjoy our dinner, and me being like, yeah, but I don't. Like an asshole. I am intolerable. But yeah, so the fact is, people, like, I'm wired weirdly, and I'm sorry. I apologize for it. I sometimes wish I wasn't, but then I think about it and I'm like, no. If you've got one life to live, make it eccentric. Like, don't live your one life and be like, what did I do? Just whatever everybody else was doing. I was a real follower. Hey, this is a song the crowd likes. I love it. Oh, this is top 40. Delicious. Like, oh, these are the fashions everybody's wearing. Well, I'm going to care about clothes and put this on. Like, what is your fucking life? Like, you've got one. Why not, like, look, you're never going to be a true original. Like, those don't fucking technically exist. But, like, why not be the sort of person that other people are like, that's a fucking weirdo? Because the thing about a fucking weirdo is that, like, they are a conversation later on. Like, people see you being weird and they're like, we will talk about this later and we will have a discussion about this because we cannot let this stand without being commented upon. But we obviously can't do it in front of this motherfucker because he is clearly crazy and we don't know what he will do. Um, so yeah, like, I have people see things that I do and say, and they're like, why is this a thing that you're doing? And I'm like, because, sorry, cough. Um, I had a student this week ask me, because, like, boys in this town care about getting their hair cut, and I do not care about haircuts. Like, I do not give a fuck about haircuts. I've never seen a haircut that I was like, good, hooray, I need to go out and get me one of thems. Like, never, ever. And so here's my hair care routine. Feel free to fucking appropriate this into your own life. I get in the shower. I use both shampoo and conditioner. Sometimes I don't use conditioner because I feel like my hair is already oily enough. And why am I putting oils back in when it's already too oily? So I just fucking skip it every, like, couple of days or so. Anyway, and yeah, so I wash my hair and then I get out of the shower and I dry myself with a towel, which usually leaves your hair all sticking up all crazy like. So I take the two palms of my hands and I just run them over the top of my head so that there are no sticky outies, no hairs, no rogues, no hairs going rogue, sticking out on their own, being like, I'm doing my own haircut. Like, nope, like fall in, dude. And like, I swear to God, it's hilarious. Like, there were a couple days in a row where I had the same hair standing up in class, and people kept commenting on it. They kept being like, you have a hair that's standing up. And I was like, son of a bitch. I would get my hand wet and I would try and make it lay back down. Not because I cared about my hair, but because people kept commenting on it. And it bothered me that they cared about my hair because I was like, fuck this. And so I took a pair of scissors off of my desk and I grabbed the offending tuft of hair and I just snipped it right the fuck off. And everybody, when they saw me grab the scissors, they were like, no. Yeah, see, look at how much easier that was to kill that spider. That was so much easier. Because remember when you could bum rush a creeper? If you had a diamond sword, you could just run up on a creeper and kill him before he exploded. It was a thing. I remember doing it all the time. Anyway, yeah, I just want to come topside for a minute, see the view. I don't need my wheats yet, but I've got carrots and taters. There's a village around here somewhere that I found. This is where I got my carrots and my tartars. Sound like I said titty. My carrots and my titties. Taters. Anyway, regardless. So, yes, people were horrified that I would give myself a blind haircut. And I was like, why? These hairs keep standing up. They bother you. I will take them off. And everybody was like, they were acting like I killed a small child in front of them. And I was like, it's hair. Like, it will either grow back or it won't. And if it does, I hope it lays the fuck down. And if it doesn't, I won't miss it. Like, and people don't understand that. Like, people were like, what the fuck, man? And I was like, hey, it's just hair. Like, I do not care about it. I really don't. Anyway. Oh, fuck yeah, slime. Oh, sorry, I had to cough right when he was coming at me, bro. Anyway, but yeah, so I don't want to lose my individuality, which means I can't whip a nene. Book of poetry is coming along, and I wish that I had someone in my life who would tell me what a shitty piece of shit it is. You know, because, like, everyone I show it to is like, it's good. But they're not, like, bowled over by it, you know what I'm saying? And I wish that someone would either be completely blown away, because then I could be like, oh, I guess I've really written something. Or, like, fucking hate it. Because then I could be like, oh, well, then publishing this would be truly a great idea. Let's do it right now. Oh, I would love to be the public. I would love to fucking self-publish a book that is just complete trash. Man, that would be awesome. Put something in the world that's just like, ugh. That would be amazing. Anyway, But no, I've written a book of poetry and I think it's pretty good, which is shitty because pretty good isn't fucking good. Like, pretty good sucks ass compared to most things. We expect, like, I don't know why, but in our society, we're like, pretty good, that's fucking bullshit. Like, how dare you give me pretty good? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody goes to see a movie that they wanted to see and it's pretty good. They're fucking pissed. You know, how was the new Marvel movie? Oh, it's pretty good. I'm fucking angry. Do you know what they did? You know, like, people, that's a real. Okay, this is a ridiculous world. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, world. You are a visual ridiculous. What? Hold le telefono. Lava. Weird cave likeness. What version is this, pray tell? Is this the cavities updatelus? Because I prefer not those. You know this. You know that I prefer not the cavities and the fucking depravities of cavitude. You all saw that fuck. Oh, it's a witch. Shit. Witches are actually easier now than they used to be. Oh shit, here's she coming. Oh, no, I did it. What did I get? Just bottles? Sweet. I guess. I got some fucking bottles. There was also a creeper right there. I can't see him. And maybe hit him, possibly. I don't know. Look at that. Look at how easy he was to kill. Do you see that? This is a proper fucking cave in a version that didn't have the caves update. So let's find out what caves used to be. They used to have skeletons in them. I hate skeleton. I don't have shield because this is an old version and shields haven't been invented. Are you easy to kill? Surprisingly, yes. Surprisingly easy to kill. Anyway, finally the Minecraft gets exciting, eh? Uh, it's been boring ass shit this whole time, and finally it's like, ugh, picking it up a little. Anyway, goddamn, I gotta get some sticks and some shits and make the thing work. Man, anyway, cool. So yeah, I got my book of poetry that I've been working on, got my play that I've been working on, and like generally I've had a lot of shit to do. I just have. It's been a lot of shit. Like last week, ugh, so much shit to do. And this week, is that the entirety of the thing? Alright, that's what caves used to be, people. Nowadays, it'd be fucking full of water and it would drown out my entire mind for like no reason whatsoever. Thanks, Minecraft. Uh, anyway, let me close this shit up because I don't want it to run for too long, and I feel like it already has. So let's just say this, okay? Let's say that my favorite book ever. And I don't like telling people this because people will ask me my favorite book, and I don't like people to not like my favorite book. I don't like the idea of people not liking my favorite book. Now, granted, my favorite book is pretty fucking obvious. It's like a book that many people would identify and be like, oh, this is one of the greatest books ever written. So, yes, I chose one of the books that is widely acknowledged as one of the greatest books ever written. But why is it my favorite? Well, it's my favorite because, like, it still gets me no matter how many times I read it. Like, I read this fucking book by myself, all alone. Like, the last time I read it, I was by myself in a bathtub and just laughing uproariously to myself at a book that I have read no less than 7 times. I have read it at least 7 times. Like, that is a low ball number of the number of times I think I've read this book. Because it's not a lengthy one, it's not a long read, but I revisit it frequently. Well, not that. It's the most revisited book that I have, which is to say, like most books, I will read only once. This one I've read many times. So, feel about that however you like. Anyway, so what, in my very correct opinion, is the greatest book ever written? It is Candide by Voltaire. That's right, going with some old school Frenchness because of course I am. But here's the thing about Candide is that Candide is the funniest book ever written because when you know what he's doing, when you know how he's deconstructing Leibniz's poetry, and yes, it is like 150 pages of a straw man argument. Like, yeah, I realized that, like, that Leibniz, because it's I before E. I think it's Leibniz. Because in German, if the I comes before the E, then it's E. And if the E comes before the I, then it's I. Like, yeah. Leibniz. Oh, yeah. Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz. Yeah, is fucking mathematician and philosopher and shit. And, very brilliant man. Like, there's no getting around it. Is a very brilliant man. But Voltaire was brillianter. Voltaire was this, like, towering fucking wit. Um, and he was fucking relentless. Like, he could just tear your shit to shreds. If he didn't like your fucking philosophy, then guess what? He is writing 150 pages in this allegorical novel that, like, or it's more like an allegorical novella, but, like, is going to allegorically refute your philosophy in something that, like, he didn't intend to become one of the best loved books of all time, but became one of the best loved books of all time because of how fucking great it is. Like, it's just biting satire, because, like, there's all this shit in there that's, like, he just very light-handedly in many respects, like, will just, offhandedly casually make remarks about, like, oh, and then the Pope's daughter, and if you're not paying attention, you'd be like, yeah, the Pope's daughter, and then you'd be like, wait a minute. The Pope's not supposed to have a daughter. Come on. How There's only one way the Pope could have a daughter, and that's if he, oh, I see. Oh, I see. Like, and, like, groups that don't even exist anymore were getting fucking roasted in this book. Like, if you're a fucking Anabaptist, like, oh, yeah. He got your fucking number, Anabaptists. Anyway, it's so funny. That's what I love about it, is that, like, it is so relentlessly funny, and also it's very insightful into humans and how they are. The shit that we perpetrate on ourselves and each other. And so the book, I don't know if I've said the title out loud, is Candide by Voltaire, and it is the greatest book ever written. And that's why I will never fucking tell someone, like, hey, you know what you should read? Because I could not bear the fucking disappointment of them being like, it was okay. Like, no, it wasn't. It was not okay. It was the best fucking thing ever. And you will recognize it as such, or you will shut the fuck up. Those are your options. So I have a problem where I'm possibly too opinionated. This would be an example of that. Anyway, ladies and gents, I need to close this out. I'm not even Minecrafting anymore. Also, try Mountain Blade. How about also try to not sell me on shit when I'm not doing the thing that. Anyway, for fuck's sake. So, people, ladies, gentlemen, my beloved brethren and sistren, persons whose names will be stripped from you so that you can all be the same sort of person while you're whipping the nay and fucking doing the Macarena and fucking, being Mormon. Yeah, that's right. How's someone like me, like, is not a surprise that uh I did not remain Mormon. Like, that is, as I look back on it, I'm like, that was pretty much like the only outcome for that. It's like, the real question is like, why did it take so long? And the answer is, like, Mormonism keeps you busy. It keeps you busy, and it tells you, like, we have all the answers to everything. And the way that they trick you into thinking that is that they control which questions are allowed to be asked, because there are a lot of questions that they're like, that's not a question that we generated, so we don't ask that. It's irreverent and inappropriate. And we strike it down just for being asked. It is like, wait a minute, you sneaky motherfuckers. Anyway, yeah, Mormons, the sneaky motherfuckers. Anyway, I love Mormons. They're some of my favorite people. They really are. To this day, some of my very favorite people. Uh, anyway, people. So, Candide is my favorite book. I'm writing things, and that's why I'm not doing more. And I did this, which is a fucking hour, so have it and enjoy it. Oh, that will do it for this one. I gotta go back to the infinite regression. I forgot how to do this. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that will do it for this one. And I will see you in the next one. What happened to my voice? I became very old at the end for no reason. Yes. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I shall see you in the next one. Okay. Bye.